Hello, friends, and welcome. Today is a special day because the Overwatch 2 beta has gone live to the masses that were willing to watch 4 hours worth of streams on Twitch today. So I did that, and I've been playing for the last 2 or 3 hours with some friends of mine. So it was good to connect back with a bunch of those guys. Um, but yeah, I've got. I think there's a lot to take away. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of bad. Um, I think my outlook is hopeful, but also it doesn't inherently feel like a sequel the way that and I'm sure a lot of people probably had hoped that it would. But Overwatch is a game that meant a lot to me. I've cosplayed from Overwatch. I've got my Reaper guns behind me. I've got Reapers all over my desk. It was a game that helped me connect and build a lot of my friendships that I have today, including the one with my girlfriend. Um, so yeah, I'm willing to give it a chance. Um, and I'm gonna throw up some gameplay here at the end. Let me know what you guys think. What do you want to see in Overwatch 2? What do you like? What don't you like? Does it feel like a sequel to you? But I'll kind of give you a play-by-play on the video, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero. We're in this together. All of us. Saddle up. We got work to do. My mistake. 5. I'm going in. Understood. 3, 2, 1. Objective unlocked in 30 seconds.
All right, so to kick us off, I'm playing Sojourn, the new hero, on Push, the new game type, on Colosseo, the new map. And first there, you'll see her left shift, which is a kind of Call of Duty Halo Infinite-esque slide that you can do a floaty high jump out of. So probably one of the best movement moves in the game. And then also right here, I'm using her left click, which going in, I assumed Sojourn was purely a hit scan character, which it does not turn out as the case. She is a hybrid of hit scan and projectile. So you'll see a number right below the reticle at 6 right now. As you connect with left click shots, that number will add up and strengthen her right click railgun shot, which is projectile. At a 100% charge on that railgun, it seems to me to do about 200 to 250 damage, which is enough to kill a good bit of the cast as long as you have solid aim. But it's definitely a tough hit, so she's a character that I think people are going to have to specialize in. And there you'll see I connected with her E, which shoots out that orb. And what that does is any character that gets caught in it is slowed down and takes constant damage. So it's a really good kind of area denial tool. And it's also really good against characters like Genji or Lucio because it stops them from moving around the way that they want to, really, I guess. And there you'll see I just kind of nailed McCree with one of those right clicks at about 80%, which is, if he's got any damage on him, typically going to take him right out. Overall, I think Sojourn is a really cool character that honestly I'm going to have more fun watching, I think, than playing. But in a really solid player's hands like Surefour or Pine, I think that they're really going to bring out the best of the character. So I'm definitely excited to see what she can do. Next up here, I go tried and true and pull out Reaper. Talked about it in the video earlier, but Reaper is my favorite character. I just kind of like to rush down, get in people's faces, and kind of put pressure on them. I find that he kind of gets the opposite team into a scramble a bit. One thing I did notice, just because I have, hundreds and hundreds of hours playing Reaper at this point, is that the aim feels much more floaty this time around. I was playing a little bit of Overwatch the last couple days to hype myself up and get ready, and the aim just felt a little bit different. It was hard to explain what was off, but the best way I can describe it is a floaty aim. It's not inherently a bad thing. It's just going to take a little bit of getting used to, especially for someone that plays a lot of, hit scan characters and is so used to the way that their aim is supposed to operate. But another thing I did notice, and I think these are changes that they made to Reaper in the last couple of major Overwatch updates, was that his flanking ability has just gotten significantly better. He can teleport while he's in the air. His left shift is on a shorter cooldown, which makes him a bit more of an... I mean, he's always been an offensive threat, but, he can get in the mix, he can sustain. Obviously, his ult there is helping him stay alive. But with the lack of 2 tanks on the board, his sustainability isn't quite what it used to be, so yeah, you're putting a lot of trust and, I would say, of the onus on your healers here to try to keep you alive, but you got to play them a little bit differently than you would have before. And there's just a demonstration of that teleport while you're falling there. But yeah, I think he's still a really solid character. I think despite any buffs that he got, Reaper took an overall nerf just having less tanks on the map. Especially when you have a tank like Doomfist, who is now a tank on the map. It just means that you're not going to be able to get that meaty health back and that ult charge that you would have gotten before. So he's much more situational, not an all-arounder like he used to be. So I think, in summary, my biggest concern at this point, and maybe this is just the try-hard Reaper main in me talking, but it seems like some of the tanks are maybe just a bit too sustainable. I think Orisa is the perfect example, and if you played the beta, that might make a bit more sense. But she's super sustainable, especially if she's got a pocket Mercy. She's really hard to take out, and by the time you do manage to kill her, Mercy has her res back up. A buddy of mine joked that we had to win a team fight 3 times in order to start a push, and I joked that in that same amount of time we had to kill Orisa 6 times. So it just makes her a huge obstacle. So I think it'll be interesting to see how that may change between now and launch, especially as some of the pro players start to have conversations and the dialogue opens up about what we've seen during the beta so far. All in all, I do think, more so than a sequel, this feels, I guess, just kind of like a huge quality of life update for Overwatch. And that's not inherently a bad thing, per se. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a bit disappointed. Just that there's not super substantial differences or upgrades to, graphics quality, etc. But sound off in the comments. Let me know what positives you took away from watching this or playing, what negatives, or what you hope might change between now and launch. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye.